Football's off to a crazy, crazy start. We don't know who's good in
Not
this
really a
league
start
anymore.
anymore.
Not really a start. We're
Halfway through the season.
10 weeks in, 11 weeks in, kind of, I guess, if we are counting this upcoming week. It's
10
off to a
weeks
crazy
in
start,
only.
though. It's off to a crazy start. We don't know who's going up. San Fran went down, then came back up. They look like they're unbeatable again. Dolphins can't beat a good team.
Got their
Bills
boys
look like
back.
trash. Bills look like trash. All these teams we thought were going to be good are good. The Seahawks are fucking tied for first in the division. Come on.
Bengals lost.
Who lost?
Who?
Bengals lost. We had them going
Ravens
undefeated.
did too. Don't just mention the
Ravens
Bengals. Talk about
lost.
the Ravens too.
And
The
I'm
Bills
glad.
lost.
And I'm
The Bills are
glad.
bad.
And I'm glad y'all brought up the Bengals and the Ravens because we got a couple people in here that keep calling certain individuals frauds and teams frauds. And we need to get to the bottom of it because both the Bengals and the Ravens lost this past weekend on some thrillers, kicks at the ends, both quarterbacks throwing picks, fumbling the ball, doing whatever the hell they want to do out there. Tone says that Lamar Jackson is a fraud, trash bag ass man.
That
Ty
is sick.
says that those Bengals are the biggest frauds we've ever seen. Joe Burrow belongs in a burrow. Bars. Ty,
Rio.
why do you think that Joe Burrow and the Bengals are a bunch of frauds, bro?
Guy like me, I don't think they're frauds, but I don't think they're all they're hyped up to be. I don't like how everyone's acting like these are Super Bowl contenders when 3 weeks ago we were talking about if we were having segments on if they were going to make the playoffs. What are we doing here? Are we basing all this off a couple games? Hey, do I think Joe Burrow's playing pretty good? Yeah, he's playing pretty good. But it's 3 games, bro. Just lost to the Houston Texans. Now, I will say, Texans is looking solid. But the way y'all been talking about them, the way y'all been talking about these Bengals, like they can beat anybody by 50, fuck them. Now I got to stand on that. Had Joe Burrow as my MVP before the season even started. I got to go back on that.
Oh, you did.
I got to go back and I got to say fuck them.
Why you got to go back on that?
Because I don't like how everybody's bigging them up. I don't like it.
That's crazy.
I can't sit here and call him fraud. I can't sit here and call him frauds and have him as the MVP. I can't do it. I gotta pick a lane, and my lane is fuck him. Even though I like Joey B, but man, I don't like all this hype he's getting. I don't like how people are just saying he's back, bro. He was 10 times better last year. 10 times better. And it really ticked me off when he got put in the fucking elite category, the tier S.
Still elite.
When the 7 and what were they at the time? 8-2, 7. What were they at the time when we did that shit? The Ravens.
Okay, what their damn record? What about
led by with an MVP candidate on the team? A current MVP candidate. Nobody thinks Joe Burrow is gonna win MVP this year, but guess who's in the runnings? Lamar. Well, yes. Don't shake your fucking head. Yes.
For no reason. I don't know what he's doing there. He has no reason to be there.
Ty,
the man has 10 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. 10 touchdowns. He's thrown 10 touchdowns in 10 weeks. That's your quarterback, MVP. He's thrown 10 touchdowns in 10 weeks. He's thrown 5 picks, including the game-losing pick on Sunday. Joe Burrow put in Tyler Boyd's hands 2 times in the end zone.
And he's lucky he has guys like fucking Tyler
Boyd.
Right.
Bro, we're freaking hey, we got Odell Beckham over here,
great
bro.
Player. Zay Flowers is better than freaking Tyler Boyd. OBJ's on the same level as Tyler Boyd. Mark Andrews is better than Tyler Boyd by a mile. Mark Andrews isn't better than Tyler Boyd?
Mark Andrews is a tight end, though. Can't do that. Or we're talking receivers.
He receives the ball. He's one of his weapons, is he not?
He's the ball, bro. JJ Watt got some fucking touchdowns on his belt. Is he a fucking receiver too?
Okay, now you're just saying
bastard. No, I'm not saying. You just said he can receive the ball. You just said that. Did you not? Yes or no?
He receives the ball. He's a weapon in the passing game. Why are we comparing? Why can't we compare?
All I said was he's a tight end, bro. You look up his name right now. It doesn't say WR by it. That's all
he's
I'm saying.
He's a pass catcher.
Okay, so hold on.
Okay.
Why are we taking out a weapon? So we're going to take the weapon away from him because it doesn't fit your narrative?
No.
We're going to take away Mark Andrews because it doesn't fit your narrative of him having trash weapons?
No.
Okay.
No. All I said was he's not
that's what it sounds like to me.
No, it will listen otherwise. All I said was he's not a receiver. If that tickles your fanny the wrong way, that's not my problem. You're acting like I'm saying something that's not a fact. That's what you're acting like saying something's not a fact. Is he a receiver or no? Is he a receiver or no?
All that matters here is he a receiver or no? That's all you need to know.
But is he a receiver or no?
I don't care about Tyler Boyd. He has Mark Andrews.
Zay Flowers is like
Zay Flowers is good. Don't do that.
Wide receiver 3 over there, bro. I'm not even fucking with that.
That's interesting.
Receiver 3 on the Ravens.
That's an interesting.
No, on the Bengals, bro. Stop doing
Tyler
that.
Boyd.
He would be wide receiver 3 on
Flowers
the Bengals because
wide receiver, bro. Then got all. Hey, you! Oh my gosh, you get Lamar fucking Chase and fucking and T Higgins. Oh,
T didn't play this week.
Hey,
he didn't play this week.
I didn't say this week, dude.
Okay,
what does that have to do with what I just said? What does that have to do with what I just said?
Because they've been healthy all year, bro.
Cool. But what does that have to do with what I just said,
bro? All I'm saying is the point you made is he's lucky to have Tyler Boyd.
He's lucky to have. That's not what I said. Bro.
I mentioned Tyler Boyd.
What did I just say, though? What did I just say?
We can't hear you both at the same time.
What did I just say? What did I just say?
You said
it's when's my turn? I did not interrupt his turn at all.
You didn't have a turn. You freaking rebutted and then looked at me like I was fucking stupid. So I responded. Did he not?
Hey.
Yeah.
You didn't even talk about you didn't even talk about nobody. You literally said something.
Hold on. You didn't let me talk about anybody. You didn't give me a turn.
You didn't start.
I'm muting them. They're muted, D, because they're not gonna let me talk, so I gotta mute them. All right, listen.
Punk ass bitch. Don't piss me off.
Ty, I would say that you made a great point in a sense of Lamar does lack receivers. That is a fact, and it's been a fact his whole career. Tone, let's hear what you got to say, bro. Why is Lamar a fraud?
As I was trying to tell you before, the man has 10 touchdowns in 10 games and 5 interceptions in 10 games. 5 interceptions doesn't bother me. That's not bad. This whole MVP candidate thing, I mean, he's 12th in QBR. His team's really good. His defense is great.
It is amazing. It is amazing.
Oh,
they're a run-heavy offense for sure.
What's that?
Run-heavy offense.
They're a run-heavy offense.
Lamar's not a pocket passer. I mean, it's kind of
everyone's making him out to be that this year.
Passing only, but it's the position. It's not just passing.
I get that. He brings other stuff to the game. What's he have? He has 480 rushing yards. That's cool. 48 a game. I mean, his rushing's way down from what it used to be. He's averaging five yards a carry on his runs now. That's cool. I just don't think he's what everyone hypes him up to be. I've just never seen the vision there. I look at his stat lines. I see pedestrian stat lines. Every once in a while, he'll have a huge game, but I mean, I look at his stat lines, and he's 220 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks, 187 yards, 0 touchdowns, 157 yards, 1 touchdown. He had a huge game against Detroit. He had that one big game I was talking about. 357, 3 touchdowns. Amazing game he played. 223, a touchdown and a pick. That doesn't move me.
What about 5 rushing touchdowns?
No, that's great. 4 of them came in the first 4 games. He's had one since week 5. He's had 0 in the last 3 games. He's had 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and 500 total yards in the last 3 games. That's not MVP to me.
And I'm gonna ask real quick, Ty, let me unmute you. Why can't I unmute you? Why don't I have the power to unmute you?
Because I do what I want and I unmute myself. That's why.
Let me ask you a question, Ty, because I think Tone does bring up a good point that his stats are kind of suspect. So I guess I want to hear like what makes you adamant that he is like deserves to be in the MVP #1 spot because he has a team at a good record.
Yeah, I just think he's playing really well. I think that he first and foremost, I just think he's a regular season winner. Okay. I put emphasis on the regular season. Guy's career win percentage is like 700 or something like that, bro. Like he just balls out. And I mean, before this week, well, I mean, with this week included, fuck it. No, because I think they played a decent game. I don't think they played the best game. And I think the game losing interception. That aside, I think he's played really well this year. I think he's been really solid, and I think he leads his team to victories. Him and that defense, and I feel like I just feel like he's solid. I just feel like he's real solid.
I want to say that he's the engine that powers the Ravens, though. I mean, he really is like the heart and soul of that team. So, I mean, I think that's a big part of why you want him on your team.
Boy does a lot with a little bit. That's all I'm saying, bro. As far as that offense goes, you can call them. You can
one of the best
offensive you can pretend like there's some sort of they got a bunch of high caliber names, bro. They don't, bro. He does a lot with a little bit, and that's all because that's him. That's all. I won't say a little bit, but where he does a lot with what he got. What he has, they shouldn't be doing what they are doing. And I think a lot of that falls on him.
When Russell Wilson won that Super Bowl, or the year before that, or the year after that, was anybody saying that he deserved to be MVP? And I say this because he was managing the game really well. His turnovers were low. He was getting touchdowns, right? But that defense was everything. So we see a game manager that is taking care of things. I mean, he's got a beautiful deep ball. He was slaying that thing, probably better than Lamar. Honestly, he was playing better than Lamar, but nobody was really calling for his MVP. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, it's just new age now. We just like to see this dude with braids run around. What is it? Because it's the same shit with Russell Wilson.
Is that your MVP?
That's always the MVP, bro.
Is that your MVP? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm making a comparison, and he was never first in MVP voting until his second to last season in Seattle, until he threw 15,000 picks at the end of the season, right? He was never first, but he won a Super Bowl. He made it to the Super Bowl twice. He got to the conference finals the year before that, and as a rookie, I think he made it to the second round of the playoffs. He was never mentioned. So it's like it's just, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how Lamar is in first place here.
He's not.
When his MVP numbers were way better than this right now. Way better. His second year in the league, that was the second year, right? He won MVP. Way better. Had like 2,000 rushing yards. He didn't, but he was going dumb. So it's just interesting to me. I don't know. I'm just bringing up another thought. That's it.
I agree with that. Well, I see the team is very similar. The Seahawks team and the Ravens right now, both centered around running. Both defense was the strength of both teams. You end up getting a lot of points when your defense plays that well because they're getting a bunch of 3-and-outs. You get more opportunities. They're getting turnovers deep in the other team's territory. They're pinning teams back on the 15-yard line, holding them there. They're getting great field position every time. So the defense, the focal point of this team, just like it was that Seahawks team. It's not as good as the Seahawks defense, but it's pretty dang good. The run game is probably arguably better than what the Seahawks run game was. And Lamar adds a piece to that as well because that's part of his game. Defense have to account for that, but defense have to account for Russ too on the running game. So I see the teams as very similar, and I think it's a great point you brought up.
Just final thing I'm going to say, Russell had 4,024 yards, 34 touchdowns, only 8 picks. Wasn't brought up once. It's just, food for thought. And he had 553 rushing yards, 1 touchdown. This was 2015. I can't remember what year we won the Super Bowl, but I'm just saying this is interesting. We won 2012, but he was balling for about 5 years straight. But anyway, I yield my time back to you, Ty.
I'm sorry Russell Wilson didn't win MVP.